Hello, welcome back to the channel. So I'm in Antananarivo, I'm in a taxi. I've been a little bit ill the last couple of days. I got a taxi from Nosy B to Tanner, got halfway and I thought I was going to die. I don't know what it was, whether it was sunstroke or malaria, I don't know, but I took a load of medication. I got off the bus and got a hotel for the night, and I recovered miraculously by the next morning. So I got another taxi from wherever I was in the middle of nowhere to Tanner, and it's just arrived this morning at 9 o'clock. So I've been to pick up my sack from the taxi bus, from the first taxi bus office. I've then been to the other taxi bus office, which is going to Tuliar, to make a reservation from Tanner to Liar, and I've got till 3 o'clock this afternoon, so I've got about 6 hours in Tanner. So I thought I'd go to Centreville. I've got a taxi to Centreville, so I'm going to go and get some lunch in Centreville. Probably go to the Artist restaurant, pretty good restaurant, get some lunch there, have a little look around, see what's happening, and then I'm going to get a taxi back to the taxi bus station and get me taxi bus, which probably will leave around about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And it'll take 24 hours and we'll be in Tuliar tomorrow morning first thing. So, or maybe, no, not tomorrow morning, it'll be about tomorrow afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So there you go. And then I can sort out my business in Tuliar, see what's happening there with my bars and the discotheque, see how my staff have been getting on. Set them some new tasks to do. Stay there for a couple of weeks in Tuliar, see what progress I can make. I need to try and sell some land and some property while I'm there, because I can't carry on doing this trip 2,000 kilometers every month or so. It's too much. So I'm going to sell it all, or at least 90% of the land and bars and stuff. I've got a bar in Tuliar, I've got a discotheque nightclub that's getting developed in Mangili. I've got farmland in Ankilla Lock area. Got more farmland just on the edge of Tuliar. So it's time to sell, and then I can live my life in Nosy B. Happy days. But for now, we'll enjoy the view of Tanner. Monday morning, I do believe. I think it's Monday, could be Tuesday. Lose track of the days, me. I haven't got a clue. Every day's a Sunday to me. I think it's Monday. Most of the peak hour traffic's gone, which is good news. Taxi bus ticket from Nosy B to Tanner is 150,000 Ari. They keep putting it up and up. It was 100,000 not so long ago. It was just inflation is a killer, and now it's 150,000. And the taxi bus from Tanner to Tuliar, which is exactly the same distance, costs 70,000. So I don't know why. Obviously in the 150,000 you got the 20,000 boat trip from Nosy B to Ankeith port, so that's 20,000 of it. But why it's so much more money, I don't know. I think it's just because in Nosy B people have got money, so they can charge them more. But 70,000 Ari, which is around about $18, is not a great deal for a 950 kilometer trip. It's pretty cheap in my opinion, especially where the fuel's so expensive. There's the Antananarivo sign in the background there on the mountain. I don't know whether you can quite make it out. It's there, and then you've got the King and Queen's Palace as well, jutting up at the top of that mountain there. Not a very good picture of it, like, but it's there. it's derelict. I think they are fixing it up, but it's got no windows. There was a fire a few years back, and you got this big stadium in front of us here. Like, I don't know what the stadium is. I don't know whether it's, I think it's just a national stadium where they do football and they do all sorts in there, I think. That's where they do like the yearly President's Parade and stuff like that in there. It's a big old stadium. Careful of pickpockets and people grabbing your phone and stuff. Like, obviously I've got the window open, somebody could just reach in and grab my phone, so you've got to be a little bit careful. It's not so dangerous. I mean, I've never really had a problem in Tanna, but there are people that have had problems, especially of a night time. You want to be careful of a night time. Don't just use a taxi of a night time. Don't walk about. In the daytime you're pretty safe. I wouldn't be carrying handbags or shoulder sacks, things like that can be ripped off you. And if you have got a rucksack, wear it on your front instead of your back, just for extra safety. Same in many cities, like, you know, London, New York. Just be careful. That's a better view of the palace there, and the Antananarivo sign. The price of the taxis. Like, this taxi driver wanted 30,000 to start, then he loaded to 20 pretty rapidly. I said I'll give him 13. He took the 13, so he's happy at 13. You can probably, if you're a local, get it for 10, so 13's alright. I'm happy. Lane, he's got to go left by the looks of it. He's got a problem here. Oh yeah, he's managed to find a little gap to squeeze into. We're not so far away from where I need to get out really, so I don't know, if this traffic doesn't start moving, I'll just get out and walk. See what happens. Here's a bit of a gridlock situation in Antananarivo. It's a nightmare, the traffic, like, especially peak hours and lunchtime as well. My wife wanted me to live here. I said I'm not living here. Like, she had an option to get a job working as a school teacher in either Nosy B, Tuliar or Antananarivo, and I said I don't want to live in Tanna, and she didn't want to live in Tuliar anymore because of family problems. So Nosy B it was, and that's where we moved to. But obviously I'd built a business up over 10 years in Tuliar of land and bars and property developing and stuff like that. So I was left with my business in Tuliar, 2,000 kilometres away from where I live. So I've had to organise my business from afar, and now it's getting too much. So I'm going to settle the business. bit by bit. I've got so many different lands, it's going to take a little while, but hopefully if I price them right, I should be able to get a nice profit, because I've owned them for so many years. I bought them dirt cheap, and move on to the next business idea in Nosy Be, and there's plenty of business opportunities in Nosy Be. So there you go. I'll end this video here, because all you've got is a view of a Mazda taxi bus, and you can get that anywhere in the world if you want. Well, probably not in most countries. They probably haven't got Mazda taxi buses anymore, but there you go. And I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a sub. Check you soon.